Hey, what's up, everybody, man? So, I ended up getting a notification while I was at work saying that Dwayne Haskins got waived. This is something I definitely didn't see coming, even though he has been playing bad. So, I had to do my research to put two and two together, and these are some of the important things I pulled out. It says, after he was drafted, the organization preached patience. Multiple people with the team said Haskins needed to sit all season as he learned more about not only Washington's offense, but also how to play quarterback at the NFL level. They also stressed that he needed to learn how to play call plays in the huddle and read defenses at a faster pace, among other things. So they knew that when Dwayne Haskins was coming into the team, he was not pro ready, and they knew that he needed to learn. It also said that by the end of the 2019 season, with Washington headed to a 3-13 finish, Haskins had become the starter. He showed improvement, though multiple coaches said they were concerned with how hard it was for them to get him prepared the way they wanted. So that's a red flag right there, because obviously it was a tough learning curve for Dwayne Haskins to translate his game from the college level to the pro level. Obviously because he only played 1 year as a starter, at college at O State. And then on top of that, we all know that the coaches did not really properly invest in Dwayne Haskins. He was not really drafted to the right organization, so that plays a part as well. And then, to cap it off, he asked the owner, Ron Rivera asked the owner if he could release Dwayne Haskins, a player whom it is well known that Snyder liked and pushed to draft at number 15 in 2019. The coach himself asked the owner, "Can I cut Dwayne Haskins?" You know how much that really means. That means that he had no more patience for Dwayne Haskins. He was fed up with him. He did not want to even invest in him no more, That's really messed up. Not saying that Ron Rivera is wrong. I'm just saying, this really says a lot about how Ron Rivera, the organization, and the owner felt about Dwayne Haskins as up to today. Really Ron Rivera, because he went out his way to ask to get him cut. But then it goes on to say that Rivera could have made this move last week after Haskins committed his second COVID-19 protocol breach, basically a second violation. He was photographed while maskless at his girlfriend's birthday party, which as a human in these days you have to understand why he didn't have the mask on, in his private area at a party. Definitely was wrong, but you gotta understand why. It's like a personal party, I believe. But with Smith's strained right calf as an issue, the last thing Washington needed was risking anybody to COVID-19 and jeopardizing the chance at the NFC East. And it was just seen as selfish and just immature to the organization. It then goes on to say that Ron Rivera swayed. He was swayed by Haskins' solid fourth quarter against Seattle the previous day and opted to keep him around. Although it went against his preaching of culture, it meshed with the desire to give the other 52 players the best chance to win. Now, when you look at the results of yesterday's game and you compare his performances over the last 2 weeks and the beginning of the season, you can easily understand why Dwayne Haskins is no longer going to be around in Washington because of plays like this. Right here, the corner is watching Dwayne Haskins every step of the way. He's playing his zone great, shadowing that receiver, and watching Dwayne Haskins the whole way. At this point, Dwayne Haskins already made up. I'm going to throw it to him, going towards the sideline. Which is a bad read because that corner, remember, is watching Dwayne Haskins. He's going to instantly jump the route and make a play on the ball. It's going to take a minute to get the ball there as well. Dwayne Haskins throws it anyway, and it gets picked off. Just like I said it was going to get. Got picked off, you feel me? That's a rookie mistake. Dwayne Haskins is looking like a rookie in week 3. Same thing right here. Wide receiver's open. The tight end actually. But that linebacker's in position to make a play. He did a bad job reading that linebacker and threw a bullet pass instead of throwing the ball over his head, and they got intercepted. You feel me? Just bad at reading defenses. The man is also still missing wide open targets. On this play right here, the receiver at this point, putting that foot into the ground, is at the top of his route, and he's definitely going to be open going to the sideline. You just got to throw it to him. Looks him off, rolls out, finds a second option, and throws an incomplete pass there because it's too low. Same thing here. Never fully went through his QB reads. Never fully went through his QB progressions. Man, it's wide open, you feel me? Just didn't look his way, and by time it was time to make a play, it was too late. The pressure was coming, and I don't think he ever saw that man open. Same thing right here. Looking dead at the man breaking open on a post. He's going to be open. You just got to throw the ball there, and it got to be on the money. Instead, he looks him off, finds someone else, throws the ball there, which is not really a bad ball, but definitely was not complete. And then last but not least, accuracy is still killing this man. This is just a perfect example, you feel me? Throwing a run behind the receiver and high, and it ends up coming back to bite him. So basically, to sum everything up, Dwayne Haskins is still trash. That's exactly how I feel. You can't tell me nothing else. Dwayne Haskins is trash. You feel me? That's pretty much the whole story. The reason why he's no longer going to be around in Washington is because Ron Rivera feels like he's not worth the investment. He's just not good enough, you feel me? Not worth the investment, not worth the headache. Not saying that he's just some type of troublemaker or a cancer to the team, but he's just not worth the investment. That's why he literally went out his way to ask to cut the man. No, he doesn't want anything else to do with him. Doesn't even want to develop him no more, even though this is only his second year into the league. It really speaks a lot of volume when the dude off the practice squad gets promoted ahead of you. That lets you know how Ron Rivera felt about Dwayne Haskins. It really lets you know in the beginning of the season how he felt about Dwayne Haskins. Demoted him all the way to third string. He really did not want to see him on the field no more. It just happened that they needed his services, and he just failed them, you know? Then on top of him violating his COVID protocols, that just put the icing on the cake for Ron Rivera, and that made him go out his way to ask to release Dwayne Haskins. Now, I don't want anybody pulling this race card saying, oh, black quarterbacks are on a short leash. That is not the case. Too many quarterbacks in the NFL are balling. You feel me? Too many quarterbacks have gotten chances that are black in the NFL. That is no longer a thing, like Mike Vick said. That is no longer a thing. I don't want to hear anybody saying that. Dwayne Haskins is just trash. Anybody that watched Dwayne Haskins or watched film knows he does not look good. The man was never ready, and he's still not ready, and that's why they pretty much let him go. He's not up to the speed to where Washington needs him to be. And it makes sense for both parties. Think about it. Ron Rivera gets to get his own quarterback that he truly believes in. You know? The team already looks pretty decent on D. They definitely got a future ahead of them. They just feel like they can't do that with Dwayne Haskins. He's going to hold them back. And if I'm the Redskins or the football team, I wouldn't want to invest in him another year either, just to be honest with you. And it makes sense for Dwayne Haskins because, like I said earlier in the video, it just makes sense. The man came to a team that didn't even want him. They never really truly invested in him. So he gets to go somewhere potentially that will give him a fresh start. Excuse me. Will he get picked up? Who knows? Maybe, maybe not. I'm pretty sure he will get picked up because he's young. But will he pan out? I don't know. I don't think he's good enough, man. I really don't think he's good enough. He might be on the practice squad like Rosen soon. And then, eventually out the league. That's how bad he is, man. He's just not ready. Hopefully, this inspires him to get better, train harder, take his job more serious. Just getting alive, man. That's pretty much all I gotta say about Haskins. The man is trash, and he gotta get better, man. Like, comment, subscribe, and I got some more content coming soon.